Pinky Pathak, and on behalf of Team India Mexico, extend my wishes for a healthy and joyful life. We are here once again, and tonight we talk about mental and emotional well-being. We talk about happy and healthy life. Mental health, I would again repeat today, is not a destination, but a process. So the session will be moderated by Laurie Abon. She is an entrepreneur, writer, author, event producer, multiple hats she wears. The most exciting part about her is that she often calls India home. And yeah, that is something which is common between us. She has 30 plus years of experience and advanced skills. She is also the author of Doing Business in India. Laurie is also an Indian business communications advisor, a social entrepreneur, and actively involved with organizations developing and implementing solutions for social and cultural issues. Today, our forum is again blessed by the presence of Dr.Monika Dewan, ma'am. She is the CEO, advisor, author, international educator. She is into corporate training, diversity and inclusion, public speaking, training, and wear multiple hats as well. She is the CEO of ADARSH Educational Solutions. Dr. Dewan has 25 years of rich experience as an educator and director of the after school and summer programs at American Embassy School in New Delhi. She believes that learning is a lifelong process and ensures student learning ahead of everything. She also has authored the book titled Life Stories. So Laurie, I hand over the session to you, and Monika ma'am, welcome once again. We cannot wait to hear it from you now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Laurie. Hi, Pinky. Thank you so much for having me again.
It's so lovely to have you, Doctor. And thank you, Pinky, for that lovely introduction. And I'm very excited about today's session. We've learned so much from you, Dr. Monika, and you've helped us to decipher some of the mystic things and definitions of what mental health is and what well-being is, and helped us to understand that these things are better understood when we speak about them more and seek understanding and education. And you've been able to provide us with so much of that to help to go through what's fact and what's fiction. So we thank you for those past sessions, and we've learned a lot about what exactly mental health and wellness is. And now that we know some of these things, how can we stay happy and healthy? Can you give us some guidance in that direction, please?
Absolutely. I think it is really a right of every person who's alive on this planet that they have to stay happy and healthy. It's really unfortunate that the number of people that we meet today or in these times, I find not everybody is actually feeling happy. And that's really a frustration. I mean, that's like a basic necessity, a basic right for every person. And it's so exciting that we are talking about this episode of staying happy and healthy at this particular time when we are so close to March 20th, which is the International Day of Happiness. Again, here, while it is exciting that we're talking about it today, I also feel we should not have just one day allocated for being happy, right? It should be throughout the year. Right. We're not talking about somebody's birthday, that it should be just once in a year. So happiness is a vibration. It is an energy that comes from within. When you are feeling at peace, you are happy. And that is what we should be experiencing throughout our journey as long as we are alive. So that's really what happiness is all about. Not related, not focused only on one particular day. According to the UN, it's March 20th, which is the International Day of Happiness. It's like we need to stay healthy. We need to take care of ourselves 365 days of the year.
Right. Right. Oh, I couldn't agree with you more. And I believe that in today's world, there's always been struggles, and each generation has their own challenges. And it feels like, with the added pandemic and war in some parts of the world, it's very difficult to keep that up. And so some of those things you feel very heavy, and being able to stay happy and healthy every day, or setting that intention, can sometimes be a struggle. And I know that you've written a fantastic book that I've read, that I've enjoyed very much, called Life Stories. And I like the way that you laid it out, that you tell these real life stories, and then at the end of every chapter, you lay out some kind of plan, like a guidebook kind of thing, of things that we can implement to help incorporate and integrate those things into our lives. Could you tell us just maybe a few of those things that you've included in your book?
Yes, absolutely. So I'll show you the book. This is what it looks like. It's called Life Stories, as you said. It's available on Amazon. And the details are all in this book. For now, I'm just going to give you the few major points, which I would request everyone to really keep in mind, to ensure that we all are able to stay happy and healthy throughout our life, right? I have a chapter in this book which is called A to Z Tips for a Healthy and Happy Life. But again, I'll not be able to go over all the tips right now here in this brief session, but at least the major ones I would really like to share and give out.
Sure.
Beginning with, as we spoke about mental health, I think one of the most important points to remember for everybody is, please take charge of your own health, of your own mental well-being in your own hands. Do not give your remote control to other people. There are people all around us, all sorts of people, varieties. Some will support us. Some will be very kind and empathetic towards us. And I wish there were more people of that category. However, there are some who try to bring you down.
Right. Yes.
Your self-esteem is so important. I really urge each one of us to believe in ourselves and ensure that we are able to maintain a high self-esteem. And just because somebody said something to us, we don't become a football of other people's thoughts. So that's really important. Please take charge of your own self. Tip 1, don't give your remote control to others. Right? Okay.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. So the next one I really want us all to remember is that age is just a number. There is no age, or though there's no limitation that you have to be happy when you're this old. You have to be happy in this present moment, irrespective of your age, irrespective of your situations. Things will change, time will change, the phase will pass. So always remember, this phase too shall pass, and age is just a number. And each one of us, whether you're a small child or any age, you have the right to stay happy, and no one has the right to take that feeling of happiness away from you, unless you decide to give it away, right? So please stay happy. That's my tip number 2. Tip number 3, kindly, and this is the most important one, please live in the present moment. Do not be a pendulum of your thoughts. Your mind is usually fluctuating in the past, which is over, and there's nothing much you can do about it. So kindly shut the past. Okay? Definitely learn from it. Those learning lessons and experiences need to be remembered and tried to be bettered or modified in the future. However, just crying over spilt milk, this thing happened with me in the past, is not going to help anyone, right? So kindly shut the past and do not be always wandering in the future. That's not in your hands. What is in your hands is the present moment. And that's the only thing which is present with you right now before it becomes past. Enjoy that moment. Do your best in this moment and do it most efficiently. If there is any issue, if there's anything that is bothering you, please resolve it. Do not leave it where it is. Do not subdue it. Make sure the emotional blockages don't build up. You have to let go of them. You have to ensure that you are going to rise above it. All right? Now, there's a beautiful saying or message I've learned from my mom, and I'd like to share it with everybody.
Oh, please do.
You know, she says that there will be roses everywhere you go, right? But
Right.
along with the roses, there will also be thorns. So pick up the roses from wherever you get, which means pick up the positives and leave the thorns. Do not focus on the negatives. Focus on the positives. Keep them with you. Try to imbibe what you like, what you feel is good from wherever you're getting. Do not bother about the source of the positive origin. Right? Maybe there's somebody who's not a kind person. However, there is a quality that is really nice in that person. You should focus on the quality of the person, right? And not label the person as good or bad. Focus on the behavior. Behavior can be good or bad, right? However, what we need to stay focused on is the positives of wherever. So continue to collect the roses, imbibe them, and leave the thorns. You don't have to be scared or bothered about the thorns. Let them be where they are. That's most important. Also, don't forget, for every person in this world, okay, whether it is of whatever category, caste, creed, color, origin, country, ethnicity, skill level, gender, anybody, every person's life is full of joys as well as sorrows. Okay? Appreciate the joys. Be grateful for all the blessings we have in life. And please also be prepared for sorrows. The fluctuations of our mind are so wide. A good news makes us feel like we are beginning to jump up and down. A very small news like, oh, you did not pass this exam, okay, leads some people into severe depression, right? There are people whose net worth, I was going over on the internet and I would not like to name them, is like millions of dollars. Yet they have suicidal tendencies. They are facing depression. And the whole idea behind that is money is not something that is going to make you happy. Right? Right. We always, give ourselves a target that I will be happy when I get this. I will be happy the day I achieve this goal. It's great to set goals. But believe me, trust me, those materialistic goals will not make anyone happy. The moment you get what you were desiring, you will set the next materialistic goal for your own self. So it's like a vicious circle. So there's no point getting involved and indulged in that. Wherever you are, in whatever situation, this is the moment to be happy. I also give an example to my trainees when I conduct these trainings. I tell them, look at a circle. Imagine there's a circle. The circle is full of beautiful colors. It has like any color you can think of. I want you to relate each of those colors to the blessings in your life, to the gifts of your life, which could be anything starting from the birth. You've got a human life as a birth. That's your first gift. If you're able, you're very well gifted. If you have parents, a family to support you, a house, a roof over your top, clothes to wear, education, and then get on to technology and whatnot, okay? I feel you are so privileged. Despite all our blessings, that beautiful, colorful circle, there's one little black spot, okay, which is something that's frustrating. It could be a relation. It could be some problem with your job, with your boss, with your spouse, or maybe the materialistic thought that you had created for yourself. When I'm going to get a Rolls Royce, okay, that black spot, that's what keeps bothering you despite that beautiful, colorful circle. And we tend to focus all our energies on that black spot, whether it's something that happened in the past or something that's going on currently. We are spending our entire focus, our entire energy on that one black speck.
Right.
I tell people to please refocus. That is there. That's there in everybody's life, in your life, in my life, right? I don't know of any person of any age whose life is completely colorful and no black spots. So we need to learn to stay happy despite the sorrows, despite the frustrations, despite the ups and downs. That is what I really would encourage everyone to remember at all times. And I would also like to share a few tips about staying healthy as well.
Oh, yes.
So we spoke a lot about healthy or different dimensions of health in our previous episodes, but I think it doesn't harm if we quickly touch base a few of our health aspects here as well, right? So doing a lot of exercise, we all know we as human beings were not meant to sit in one spot, right?
Right.
Babies are the best example, the way they crawl and the way they move around.
Yes.
Right? So that's our real identity. Our physical identity is that we stay physically active. Right? And physically active doesn't mean you have to be involved in some sport. Right? Only if you're involved in professional basketball, you're a physically active person. No. You can be very active within your own house. Okay, you can do tons of exercises, even a square area. Okay, so you can really keep yourself active. You have to be mindful. I always encourage people to begin to practice yoga and meditation. I think these are very helpful strategies to keep us healthy. Besides that, please ensure that you are taking a healthy, nutritious, and balanced diet. Okay. And you're conscious about your own body composition, and you are taking diet which is relevant to what your body requires. Keep yourselves hydrated. That's so important. Okay. Do not just sort of eat whatever comes in front of you. Okay. So avoid eating junk food and just stay in the company of good people. Remember when we spoke about domains of health?
Yes. Yes.
Our social health is so important.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The vibrations travel.
Yes. Yes.
People that we surround ourselves with.
Mm-hmm.
Try to listen to them, try to give them time. That is one of the most valuable gift you can give to anybody. These days, especially, I would say.
Mhm. I agree.
People are so busy, so occupied, literally no time for elders in the house, for seniors in the house. And I so encourage everyone, even at home, if you have parents, grandparents, kids, your family life is so important. It's actually more important than your professional life, believe me. Your company will keep on running, whether you are a part of it or not. Yeah, the company is not going to close down.
Right. There's
But
so much wisdom in that. Yes.
But
Yes.
your family members value everything you do for them. They might not be very expressive, but they will begin to be more and more expressive the moment you begin to spend more time with them.
Mhm.
So please be a giver of your time.
Mm.
We are usually so much into collecting things, right? So don't be a hoarder.
Right.
Giving is such a beautiful gesture. The moment you begin to give people the gift of, I don't mean just things, clothes, money. I also mean time. That is the most valuable thing you can give, you can offer. So please remember that. That will definitely keep you very, very healthy. The other thing I want people to remember, and this is for every part of the world, not just for India, Mexico, or America, okay, the people that are right now here involved. I mean, for every country at this point in the world, people need to be so compassionate.
Mm.
We need more people to be kind. There's a lot of authority and people in power who tend to do things, whether it's a thoughtful decision or not a very thoughtful decision, but people are impacted. So be compassionate, be empathetic. Please treat others the way you would want others to treat you. That's the golden rule of life. And just express your gratitude. That is so important in life, right? We just don't want to keep taking things for granted, whether it's from Mother Nature. The pandemic phase has taught us that the mankind, in general, has been doing a lot of things they've just been wanting to do their own way.
Mm.
But there is a divine force, there is a divine power that tells us, that shows us its presence. And that is where we must use the gifts that have been given to us via nature in the rightful way, in the most balanced way possible according to mankind.
Right.
So I would really encourage everybody, and I wish, that is my heartfelt wish for anybody who's listening and following us, that everybody stays happy and healthy no matter where you are. Please count your blessings. Don't give your remote control to others. Okay? Don't be a football, and just take charge of your life.
Yes, absolutely. And as always, Dr. Monika, you've taken something that feels so overwhelming to most of us. And when things are feeling chaotic in the world, that infiltrates into our minds, our bodies, our souls. And you've taken that overwhelmingness and broken it down into manageable steps and ideas. And it makes me feel like I have more control over my life than I thought I did. And some of the things that you mentioned, having positive people around you, I found the wisdom of that. I call it my love posse. The people who support me, who genuinely want my success, who love me, who care about me, those are the people that I want to keep close. And you have to be careful about how close you'll let some people, and how far you can still love some people have them so involved in your life and your emotions. And I loved what you said about age is just a number. I've just reached a milestone birthday, and sometimes it feels like, oh wow, that's feeling a little bit old, but it's really in, like what you were saying, the way you think about it. I feel grateful for every day that I have, because I have so many in my life that didn't get a next day of life. And so to remember that. And I've also noticed that some things in my life now I needed life experience with. I have a different perspective. I have experience that can help that I didn't have before in earlier years. And so those precious gifts of time, we can buy more of something or manufacture more of anything. We can, if we want more food, we want more cars, we want more things, we want more gadgets, we want anything, we can make that happen. But we can even make more money. They can print out more money, and we can get extra jobs and do that, but we cannot get more time. And so how precious that is in how we spend that time, and especially with our loved ones who nurture our hearts and our souls. And the wisdom of that is just so profound. And so I thank you for reminding us that there are things that all of us can do. And every day, every one of us has the opportunity to be happy. And you've just laid that out so beautifully. So I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Laurie. You've summed it all up very nicely. Thanks a ton.
Thank you. And I've enjoyed your book so much. It's helped me in understanding better how to make decisions, or staying calm in situations, and forgiveness. And how all this teaching and learning, and we all have something to give, and we all have the opportunity to learn. I've loved your book so much, and we'll make sure that we have that Amazon link in our description, because I think it's fantastic. So thank you for writing such a helpful book. And Monika, I'm just wondering, our time is coming to an end, and we've had a little bit of tradition ending our session with a guided meditation. And would you be able to do that for us today as well?
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much for appreciating the book. It's really an honor to get that feedback from you. And definitely, I believe that meditation is so powerful. So I'll request everyone to please sit tall. You may gently close your eyes. Have a smile on your face. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. With every breath that you inhale through your nose, try to inhale the blessings around you. When you slowly exhale, breathe out with gratitude. Give yourself a gentle reminder. I am a peaceful, calm, and happy person. I am happy to live in the present moment. I will live in harmony with the universe around me. My internal peace is important.